I don't know. I didn't think the Super Bowl was anything special, honestly.
I didn't either. It was a blowout. Chiefs didn't play well.
No, their defense was terrible.
Yeah.
The Eagles dominated, and I didn't really have any skin in the game anyway. I didn't really care about either of them, but yeah, honestly, the way they were done, I guess they stopped scripting the game.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't think without the refs in the game.
Yeah.
The Chiefs probably.
Yeah, I don't know. It makes you.
Would they have made it to the Super Bowl the last couple of years? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, like I said, I honestly, I didn't really care either way. But how poorly they played, it makes you wonder. It kind of leads credence to the theories of.
Yeah, there's just
this
too
whole
many
sports entertainment scripted crap going on.
There's just too many videos that are so questionable.
Yeah, but anyway, hey guys, this is Wolfgang. I'm here with my friends
Enoch
and my other friend
Victor.
And today we're just going to be talking about the Super Bowl. We didn't really care about too much about the Super Bowl and the performances themselves they're all right. There's nothing really too stand out about them, but we're definitely going to talk about the halftime show. There's a few things that interest us, honestly. What do you want to talk about?
I thought it was odd. I'm not a fan of rap, just off the bat. So I don't really care too much about Kendrick as like art. I could appreciate the technicality of it, like the ability to rhyme and all that. But
there's so much more.
Hilarious. I just couldn't help but notice that I didn't notice anyone other than blacks as part of like the background.
Yeah.
Like, was that a conscious choice, or was it just because they're in was New Orleans? That's where they were.
Yeah. Well, when I was watching it, you have all the performers on there, and they're dressed in red, white, and blue, but all I saw was black.
I know, right?
I'm just calling it how I see it. All I saw was black, and I don't know. To me, you look at the whole Super Bowl. I don't know. It just seemed like it was
just
more of the pushing the agenda.
Could be. It was
a misrepresentation, which I truly don't understand, because if I'm not mistaken, 7 out of 10 or 8 out of 10 of the last Super Bowls have been predominantly black entertainers.
Yeah, which obviously this is just a sign of the times. This whole liberal woke wave. They think they have to push this agenda so hard that it's just I don't know, man. It's like you look at the whole Super Bowl as a whole. It's like it's not enough that they're the majority of the players. It's not enough that they get to sing the national anthem this year. It's not enough that they get their own national anthem. It's not enough that they get the halftime show and all the performers are black as well. But on top of that, you got the America the Beautiful, which has got the white lady. I don't know her. I don't care about her as an artist. I don't care about, But the whole thing is like, you have the one white performer, and she's got to be backed up by black performers as well. Yeah, to me, it seems like they're overdoing it. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
It did seem overdone. Like the whole trumpet solo. Granted, it was kind of impressive, but also uncalled for.
Yeah, they didn't need it.
No, I don't think they did.
Okay, it wasn't a trumpet. It was a
trombone.
Trombone, yeah.
Whatever.
The one dude was doing a trombone, but the other dude had a trumpet, didn't it?
Well, I don't know. It doesn't really matter, about the specifics. But it's just, I don't know. It's like, are you guys not represented enough, or what's going on?
Yeah, they keep bringing that up, that we're underrepresented.
Yeah.
And it's like,
where?
My whole life.
Yeah, where?
My whole life is, there have been black people in everything.
Yeah.
Everything. Television, movies, Like sitcoms have been, there's no shortage of black sitcoms.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Sanford and Son, which was a huge hit.
Yeah, and you're obviously older than us. You know, you grew up in the 70s, the 80s and stuff. But especially now, the last 20 years, don't tell me they're underrepresented. Don't tell me they don't have place in society.
Yeah.
It's a ridiculous. It's a falsehood.
Yeah, it's a false narrative perpetuated by the media.
Right. To separate us.
Exactly.
That's exactly where it wants to go.
Yeah.
I mean,
To keep us at
I guess
with angst towards each other.
Yeah, I guess I understand what they're doing, but I don't condone it in the least bit. It's criminal what they're doing. They're propagating future stories to be done because they're poisoning the minds of young black youths.
Right.
As if their mother's voices aren't enough. That the white man's going to keep you down, so do everything you can to be successful, regardless if it's legal or not.
Yeah, I mean, to go back to what I was saying, you had Sanford and Son was huge in the 70s.
Yeah.
The Jeffersons was huge in the 70s.
Yeah.
Good Times was huge in the 70s. I mean, everyone watched them, white and black.
Yeah.
You had the Cosby Show. What was that?
Yeah, the Cosby's in the 80s.
Yeah.
What's Happening?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just
no shortage.
No shortage.
Let's just, like I said, let's just call it like it is. And like I said, the whole thing is just, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know the reasoning behind it. I don't know. You could say it's a coincidence, but I mean, it clearly wasn't. And another thing, it's like, what is up with the black national anthem?
Yeah,
We're not calling it that, but that's what it is.
Yeah, and even black people don't like it.
There's plenty who are like, what is this?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's needless division. The national anthem was for all Americans.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't single out.
Yeah, it wasn't for white people.
No, it's for Americans.
Yeah.
And that was written in 1812, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole thing. They keep saying, like, anything written prior to modern day is, like, steeped in racism.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if it's some sort of malicious elite behind the scenes preying on, ignorance and stupidity,
An emotion,
or if someone was just trying to feel good about themselves. I don't know. Like I said, I can't really dive into what exactly is going on, but the whole black national anthem was just, like I said, that's just a terrible idea.
Yeah.
And like y'all said, it just causes division, and it's got. This is my thinking. It's got the lyric about, it has some lyric about victory. We'll have victory or something. I don't know the exact lyric. I could pull it up, but I'm not going to.
Yeah. What does that mean?
Yeah. What does victory look like for black people? What does that mean? It's like, you guys, you're free people. You have every right that I have. What is victory? The whole thing is a ridiculous thing. It's like that song would have been appropriate in 1870, in 1880, or prior. In 2025, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. The thing is,
there is so many in my town.
Yeah.
That black people who are successful, driving around in nice cars, nice homes. I don't understand.
Here's what it is. It doesn't matter what color you are or who you are. What matters the choices you make.
Yeah.
Yes.
The fact is, I'm not the wealthiest guy either. I haven't made the best financial decisions in my life either, and it's like that's on me. Just because I was white doesn't mean I had some sort of privilege and some sort of head start. I didn't. You have to work the same way, and if you work and save your money and make the right decisions, make the right friendships, you will succeed in life.
Yeah. Capitalize on the opportunities you have.
Yeah.
Overcome the difficulties and the hardships. A wise man once said, maybe you guys know him. A wise man once said, the Lord makes it to rain on the just and the unjust.
Yeah. I couldn't tell you what verse that's from, but yeah, I do know the verse, yeah.
You know who said it?
No.
Yeah, you know, obviously we're not saying.
Jesus.
Okay. You know, obviously
Probably should have known that.
Yeah, well, we're not saying that black people are unjust or just. It comes
Or-
down. It
yeah.
comes down to the individual person.
Yeah.
The fact is, good people are going to have hard times. Bad people are going to have good times.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
just the way the cookie crumbles.
That's the way the cookie crumbles. Yeah.
Is like a big cookie.
God set
Unfortunately.
everybody to
Unfortunately.
have their lot in life, and our job is to accept it. If we have a problem, we should take it up with him, ask him why or where you should be, or think, how is this? Is this a lesson for me?
Yeah.
You know, am I supposed to grow by this?
Yeah, but and the thing is too, though. But like I said, there's other things too, which is, let's get into the whole Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I'm near tired of it. I'm near tired of.
Yeah, I think everyone.
It's almost an over-representation.
Yeah, it's an overcorrection for sure.
Oh, yeah.
And here's the thing. Like I said, the whole Kendrick Lamar performance, you know, it was whatever. Most of the performances tonight were whatever. You know, they weren't bad, they weren't good. They're middle of the road. They're decent, you know. And they, you know, the performance with Kendrick, the halftime show had some cool visuals. You know, I'm not saying it was all garbage, but you know, the thing is, you know, he has a few lines in there. He has a few statements he makes in there. You know, he sings his songs and you know whatever. And he has a few statements in there where he's talking about, you know, he has the line about the 40 acres and the mule.
Yeah.
And he talks about, you know, he talks about these things. Like I said, he's always been a activist in that way for black people. But it's like,
Okay, do you think he was paid?
well, hold on.
To promote that?
We can get into that. We can
Okay.
get to that.
Okay.
But here's the thing. The whole 40 acres and the mule thing, let's just call it, what he's talking about is he's talking about reparations, you know? Obviously, it was a failed promise. Anyone who knows history or even a little bit about it will know. It was a failed promise that they never got the reparations. They never got the acres, they never got the mule. But the thing is, they act like black people are the only ones who've ever been enslaved in history, when in reality, they're just the most recent.
Yeah.
No slaves. Go look anywhere in history. If you're a history buff, look it up. Slaves don't get reparations. It's a hard fact of life.
Yeah.
It sucks. I'm not saying it's right. It's not right. You know, no one should, you know,
Be
experience
enslaved.
that. You're just
Right.
the most recent group of people to experience this inhumane
Yeah, and that was
action. you know?
150 years ago.
It was.
Yeah. And going back to the whole 40 acres of mule thing, isn't it like a surprise that the Republican who ordered slavery be abolished and also probably made this promise
Was the one who was assassinated.
was the one who was assassinated, and after he was assassinated, then the people took their word back, said, yeah, you don't get the 40 acres of mule.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
talking about Lincoln, people.
And
Obviously.
then the Jim Crow laws was a hardship on the black people.
Yeah.
However, back in my grandfather's day, back in the 40s, 50s, blacks were doing well.
How many did he own?
He didn't
No, yeah, I'm joking.
Yeah.
But you know, the whole thing is, like I said, it's horrible. No one's going to dispute that. I mean, anyone with a brain's not going to dispute what black people went through was horrible. No one should have went through that. You know, it's evil. You know, but the thing is, you know,
You can't
No one-
overcompensate.
you can't overcompensate, and you can't expect regular folk to pay for it. And not only that, it's like no black person alive went through slavery.
No.
No white person alive owned slaves. The fact is, the black people who should have got reparations didn't get them, and they're long dead by now. And like I said, it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. You know, if we're gonna start giving reparations to people who didn't go through slavery, where's my reparations for the Slavics
Yeah.
or the Europeans with the Moors? You know,
Yeah.
those are my ancestors. They were enslaved. They never got a reparations either.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
got to let the past go. You know, it sucks. You got to let it go.
It's been 60 years since civil rights.
Yeah, you got to let it go.
And many of black people have capitalized on it
Yeah,
and have done well for themselves,
yeah,
as well as any white person.
yeah. You know, I don't like Jay-Z or Beyonce or any of them, but I mean, look at them. Aren't they? I think they're both billionaires.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kanye, I think he's a billionaire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, don't tell me you can't make it in America. Don't tell me you can't be successful. So it's a lie. It's a falsehood.
I'm just talking about normal black people.
No, I know.
Normal black people. There's plenty of them that, like I said, they're doing well.
Yeah, well, I want to address another thing. I'm sorry, I know you want to get to something. Hold on to that for a sec.
Okay.
The other thing Kendrick said in his performance was, he had the Uncle Sam played by Sam L. He had him saying this whole thing about, you're too loud, too ghetto. He's mocking, uppity white people or whatever you want to say. He's mocking white people. But let's not glorify ghetto. Ghetto is bad.
Yeah.
Ghetto is bad.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Let's not glorify it.
No.
Point blank.
We tried to do that with criminals.
Yeah, exactly. It didn't work. Ghetto is bad. That's a fact. And it's like,
yeah, you know the proof behind this? Every black person who lives in the ghetto, when they get money, they move out.
Yeah.
they're out of there.
Because they know that they're going to be target number one. They know ghetto's a problem.
I'm pretty sure Kendrick doesn't live in the ghetto. He doesn't live in the hood.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
So don't get, ghetto is bad. It's a fact.
What's your thoughts on the diss on Trump?
That's just speculation. And here's the thing.
I don't know if that was about Trump.
I don't think he was dissing Trump, because at no point, I might be missing something because I'm not black. So there might be like some symbolism that black people understand that's directed towards Trump. But I don't think there was, because I don't see much evidence behind it. I don't see people bragging about it or talking about it online.
Yeah.
And the only time he looked at the camera, which indicates he's talking to someone specifically, is when he was doing the Drake diss.
Yeah, who cares about that?
Yeah, who cares
Yeah,
about
that was comical, though.
Yeah, no, I
It was
like
funny.
No, I
Yeah.
thought it was funny too.
I mean, it was cold, but it was comical.
Yeah, I thought, the fact that he had Serena there too, and
Yeah.
his ex-girlfriends.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was funny.
But yeah, what did he say about it? What did he say? We voted the wrong guy in? Is that
No. He said something about revolution's about to be televised. You picked the right time, but the wrong guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what he said. And it's like, I don't know if he's talking about Trump. He might have been talking about Trump. Who really cares? I'm gonna be honest. Who cares about his opinion about Trump?
Yeah, Trump don't care for sure.
No. But yeah, I mean, the whole thing though, like I said, it's just, the thing is, it's just like you act like a normal human.
Yeah.
You're polite to people. You dress nice. You respect people. You will do well in life. It doesn't matter what skin color you are. It doesn't matter who you are. And
and that's the vast majority of black people.
Yeah, I agree. We're not targeting black people here. We're not saying there's no black people who are. No, that's not it. It's the fact that it just seems like with black people, they're the only group of people who hold up their villains, hold up the bad ones as if there's something to aspire to when they're utter trash.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Kendrick's trash. I'm not saying we're not talking about him right here. It's like, it seems like they're the only race. I mean, you got white people. If there's someone who's a piece of shit, who's garbage, we disassociate. We don't want nothing to do with them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the other thing is,
because
they hold on to grudges that they didn't really suffer under.
Yeah.
Like they keep holding on to the slavery thing and the stuff their grandfathers went through, because America was racist back in the day.
Yeah.
No one's disputing that.
So they must be racist today.
Exactly. They assume that. And here's the thing. They assume that they themselves cannot be racist because they're not kings right now.
Yeah.
As if that suddenly means, if your place in life suddenly dictates whether or not you can be biased towards other races.
Yeah, or hate other races. Yeah. It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. And there's something else specifically about the Super Bowl. I'll think about it, but you go ahead and say something.
Yeah, well, another thing too, I just thought, there's some ironies in my opinion with another thing with his performances. There was an irony with, he said, he has that lyric in that song about being humble. Sit down and be humble.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you what, I ain't never met a humble black man in my life.
No.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
No, I'm joking. Hold on. Let me defend myself. No, it's not that I have never met one. Obviously that's an exaggeration, that's hyperbole, but
Well, I'll give you a good example.
Go ahead.
The Sanders
There
brothers.
There you go.
The Sanders brothers.
There you go.
They're not really brothers,
that's a good
obviously, but
example.
Deion Sanders was a showboat, hot dog. He couldn't get enough of himself.
Yeah.
And people hated him for that,
Yeah.
black and white.
Yeah.
Barry Sanders was
Humble.
probably the most humble. What an example of humility.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard you say, he gets a touchdown, hands the ball off.
Yeah, to the referee.
Yeah, just runs back.
Jogs out and just runs back to the sidelines. Didn't want the accolades. He wanted to win a Super Bowl, and his team, Detroit Lions, obviously let him down. But and everybody loved him.
Yeah.
There's humility is huge, and Hollywood and the sports scene and anything of entertainment, I reckon, is a hotbed for showboats.
Yeah.
And I also believe it's a hotbed for propagating the anti-white, black people don't get enough stuff.
Yeah, just that whole agenda.
Yeah.
Yeah, because another thing that's kind of irritating about this whole self-victimizing that they keep doing for some reason is they act like they're the only ones who suffered.
Yeah. Or suffer now.
Or suffer now, yeah. What about the Native Americans? We literally came over, well, not we specifically, but the Europeans came over and kept making promises. Oh, yeah, you're good where you are. We're just going to take this here. And then the next year they'll be like, actually, move back another 100 miles that way because we're going to take this land too. Yeah. And we kept doing that over and over and over again.
Which was wrong.
Exactly. And when we did keep our words and let them have their reservations, if we found oil or gold on that reservation, guess what happened?
Yeah.
Get out or we're killing you.
Yeah. When I actually read history, I couldn't believe the atrocities the American public perpetrated on the peoples that they had control over. It was not Christian. I know that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of atrocities through history, but I mean,
exactly.
This whole thing though, it's like, I'm gonna be honest. I'm tired of this whole demonization of white people as if we're the scourge of the earth, as if we're this ultimate evil. And it's like, you guys are. It's like you're worried about slavery that happened 150 years ago, and if you want to say, well, that wasn't that long ago, fair enough.
150 years is a long time.
Well, it ain't just that, It's also the fact that go look over in Africa.
Yeah.
You want to talk about slavery, you want to talk about bad times and inhumane treatments, go look in Africa today.
Yeah.
2025. And tell me your priorities are well aligned.
Yeah. I mean, you cannot tell me. Here's a good example of how the society that America has built and prospered under.
Yeah.
Every foreigner who comes here realizes how much better it is here than everywhere else, and yet everyone here keeps saying that we're the worst of the worst.
Yes.
I don't understand that. It makes no sense to me.
It's actually insane.
It actually shows the people's ignorance, because why would people want to come here if we're so evil?
I'm not trying. I just want to make it clear in this video, we're not trying to pick on black people, or we're not racist people. We just, I don't know. We just observe stuff that's going on in society lately, and I don't know. I just don't vibe with it.
Yeah, I understand what you mean.
I mean, do y'all have anything else to say? I mean,
yeah, I'd like to get back to that verse.
Okay.
All right, go ahead. End it with that.
We have, Jesus said that we should be loving our enemies, or those who persecute us, not wanting to get their stuff from them. If things happen, and it glorifies God to be like Jesus, who was persecuted by his own people, by the way. And in order to be like God, that's the only way he's going to be acceptable to God, is to try to be like him. That's what Jesus said. Everyone is given opportunities. Everyone has hardships in their life. We have to overcome the hardships, keep our eyes focused on God, and if you choose to live that way, capitalize on the opportunities. If or you could be just settled and say, whatever God wants to give me, I'm fine with.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a good place to end it. Yeah, that's about it, guys. We'll see you next time.